All right, guys, this is a quick look at the lesson that we did today in class on Friday, November 6th. We extended lesson 1 because lesson 1 was supposed to include chapter 1, and we did not get to that yesterday. We also were not going to have an opportunity to look at chapters 2 and 3 because Monday moves on to chapter 4 and 5. And so the lesson today was all about getting into the book. We discussed the time frame, making sure that we had some context that the story is set in March 1932. Let me make sure that's correct. So part 1, on the road, March 1932. We talked about what that time frame meant in American history and how that was important to the story. The fact that it was at the time of the Great Depression, and that is a key element in this story. It is between the two world wars, and so that is an important element in the story. And then also what was happening in that time in the United States, and that was racism run amok. And so it's important to have that context, as some of the language that is used is not meant to be shocking or offensive. It was simply normal at the time of the story being written. We also identified that our author, Joseph Brucock, is a Native American, and that this is historical fiction, which means that it's based in during true events in history. However, the characters and the storyline itself is fictional. We were able to read through in most blocks, we read all of chapter 1 and got through most of chapter 2. We did not get to chapter 3 in our time of reading aloud, but it is something that you need to do and is required of you to be ready for Monday, because Monday we're moving on to chapters 4 and 5. So your expectation and assignment is to read chapters 1, 2, and 3 of Two Roads, and then you are doing gist and vocab assignments on chapters 1, 2, and 3. The gist and vocab assignment for chapter 1 is at the end of the November 5th module for lesson 1, part 1. And then the gist and vocab assignments for chapters 2 and 3 are in today's lesson, November 6th, which is lesson 1, part 2. All of those assignments are due by Sunday, and then we're moving on to chapters 4 and 5 on Monday.